I said I can cook, and I'm going to demonstrate a little dish of mine. It's a variant on something I already do, so I'm pretty sure it'll taste good, and it'll be closer to the name. We're going to do what I call Kiev Porterboys. Get yourself a bowl and like a small tablespoon, or tablespoon, not a teaspoon, not a huge big spoon, and just be gentle. You can use these later, and if you are like, I like mushrooms on pizza, so try and do slivers and chunks to where you can put them right on the pizza, but mostly what you want to care about is being gentle with your edges to where they will hold up while you're cooking them. And we want to get quite a bit out of them so we have more room for goodies. Alright, so we've gone through the boring process of coring out your mushrooms, but and be careful, like I said, be careful you don't, try and avoid this, try and avoid a gap, you know. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's not appropriate, but set your mushrooms aside now. It's Kiev, and it's Porterboys, portobello mushrooms, Porterboys. Chicken Kiev, because chicken Kiev basically, when you get down to it, is chicken in a butter and herb sauce with holy and green onions. Basically what we're going to do is cut the chicken up. That's why we're doing a nice little tenderloins instead of a breast. It takes a lot longer to do as far as doing a whole chicken breast up. And we're going to cut the chicken up, mix it all together with the onions, and chunk up the Swiss cheese in parts, and it's going to turn out real nice. Taste is kind of subjective, so what I've done is I'm going to have some onions. That's what this pile is for. Basically chives for my baked potato. I really like onions. I like spicy foods. If you don't like onions, if they're a little spicy for you, we'll dial it back a little bit. Basically, I'd roughly say 1.5 onions for my chives, and I'd probably have about 2.5 green onions for the chives in the Kiev dish. And but you know, like I said, if you don't like onions that much, maybe do 2 or even 1 on green onion. Alright, well, I've got a fair amount of light butter spread substitute. It's not quite butter or margarine, so I can't believe it's not butter. It tastes pretty close to it, so that's nice. Got a fair amount in there, and that's, again, I don't like to cook with butter very often, but for the Kiev, you want a fair amount of butter in there. And put your tenderloins in there. Medium heat. I've been letting that go on medium heat for a while. I haven't put anything on there yet, but I'm going to let that cook for just a second. So the first 2 minutes or so, kind of swirl them around a little bit, get some of that butter in there. And then what we're going to do is flip them over roughly after 2 minutes or so. They're starting to get just a little bit pink. And I'm going to do a real simple seasoning base, but pretty nice one. It'll be effective. And again, seasonings, like I said, tastes are subjective, so seasonings are subjective. I'm going to put it out there. My palate's kind of weird because I have a deviated septum. Basically it means you guys all have a regular pathway in both your nostrils of your nose, but I don't. On one side, I have a lot of bone plates sticking in there to where I don't breathe nearly so well at night, and what it means for cooking and my taste buds is that they're fucked up, basically. So I use more spices than most, but rosemary is kind of a powerful spice. Maybe don't use as much as I do, but I really like the taste of it, especially with chicken. I don't care what anyone says, use these lemon juice things that you don't have to cut the lemon up, and you're still going to get real lemon juice. So I like to do a decent amount on each side, so keep your lemon juice out. Rosemary, we're going to do a little bit of basil as well. Basil's a little bit of a sweeter herb, so if you want to go sweeter, do a lot of basil. I don't recommend much for this. Maybe a little bit more oregano. That's our other Italian herb we're going to use. Put that in there. I like oregano. So the chicken's done. Basically I got a little bit of cheese in the bottom of the Porterboys. Basically one tenderloin per mushroom cap. Mix roughly half of our chives in there. Take the other chunk of chicken, put it in here. Our chives. Half a slice on top, half a slice on top, and cook them for 375 for about 5 minutes. Basically, you just want to melt the Swiss cheese. Look at that, nice. Yes. Looks good enough to eat. In fact, I think I will. Final product, ladies and gentlemen. Shut up, donkey!